Good morning, students. Today we will discuss about the concept of parse tree. Okay, in previous class we have discussed about what do you mean by parser, and after that we have discussed the grammar. Okay, to identify the syntax. Okay, so contextual grammar we have discussed. Today we will discuss about the concept of parse tree. Okay, this parse tree, the outline of this today's class is we will discuss about what do you mean by parse tree and what are the parse tree examples, then what is the yield of the tree, then what do you mean by ambiguous grammar and examples of ambiguous grammar. These things we discuss in today's class. Okay, so what do you mean by parse tree? Okay, so the when so in previous class we have discussed about the derivation, left derivation and right derivation. Okay, so all those things we have discussed. When the derivation will be represented in the form of tree, that one we will call it as a derivation tree or a parse tree. Okay, the derivation can be represented in the form of a tree, then such tree we will call it as a derivation tree or a parse tree. So it may be left derivation or it may be right derivation, so we can represent in the form of tree, then that one we will call it as a parse tree or a derivation tree. So what is the definition of that derivation tree or a parse tree? Let G is nothing but a contextual grammar, that is it contains VTPS. Okay, so variable, terminal, productions and starting symbol V8 contextual grammar. The tree is derivation tree or a parse tree with the following properties. That is, the root as the label S. Okay, so then every vertex available which is in, it may be variable or a terminal or a symbol. Okay, so E is nothing but a constant. Okay, so every leaf node has a label from T. Okay, so that may be terminal, and an interior vertex has a label from variable. Okay, so if a vertex is labeled A, and if x1, x2, x3, xn are the children of A from left. Okay, if a vertex is labeled A, suppose if a vertex is labeled A, and if x1, x2, xn are the children of that A. Okay, so then uh, A are that is A tends to that x1, x2, x3 to xn must be a productions in P. That is, if the A tends to x1, A tends to x2, A tends to xt. These are all nothing but a productions if we have a children's of A. Okay, so we will see that parse tree how it will look like. So this is an example of parse tree. So here we have a grammar, given grammar: E tends to E plus E, E tends to E star E, E tends to E, and E tends to ID. Okay, so when I use the right mode derivation to get this one ID plus ID star E, so I am starting from E tends to E plus E. So then after the right derivation means we are changing from right side. Okay, so E will be replaced with E star E. Okay, we have done. Then after that E plus E star E I got. Then this E will be replaced with ID, and this E will be replaced with ID, and this E will be replaced with ID. So I got finally ID plus ID star ID. Okay, so when you are representing this one in the form of tree, so this one. Okay, so this E, I am starting from E will be, that production will be E plus E, so that one will be represent E plus the in the form of child of this E tends to E plus E. Okay, so these are the, this production will be represent in the form of tree. So this left side will becomes root, and right side will becomes the tree with that is E is variable, that is E plus is symbol operator and E. Okay, so then after that what I do, so this E will be replaced with E star E. So this E will be replaced with, that is derived this E star E. Okay, so then what I need to do, I need to change from ID. So this E will be replaced by ID, and this one yield ID, and this E will be yield ID. Okay, so when I combine these things, I leaves ID plus ID star ID. I got this final expression. Okay, so this one we will call it as a derivation tree or a parse tree. This one we will call it as a derivation tree or a parse tree. Okay, when you are representing that left derivation or right derivation in the form of tree, then that one we will call it as a derivation tree or a parse tree. Okay, so then what do you mean by yield of the tree? The yield of the tree is the string of symbols obtained from the reading leaves from leaf of the tree from left to right without considering e symbol. So we got an expression, parse tree. So when you are reading from left to right, only leaves. Okay, so here what are the leaves here? This is ID is leaf, this plus is leaf, this ID, and this star and this ID will be leaves. Only read leaves from left to right without e symbol. Okay, so that means, So here I combine this id plus id star id. So this is the yield of leaves of the tree. Then that is the yield of the tree. If we read only the terminal symbols in the above parse tree, only terminal symbols from the uh, above parse tree from left to right, we get id plus id star id. Okay, we will get id plus id star id, and id plus id star is the yield of the given parse tree. Okay, id plus id star id will be the yield of the tree. Okay, so the next one is, what do you mean by ambiguous grammar? Okay, so ambiguous means for the same word, if it has two or more meaning, then we'll call it as that word will be an ambiguous. Like that, for the same expression, if we got two different parse tree, then we will call it as that one will be a ambiguous grammar. Okay, let g is equal to vtps. Okay, so it will be a context free grammar. A grammar g is ambiguous if and only if. Okay, so when g is a context free, ambiguous if and only if there exists at least one string. Okay, if there exists at least one string w belongs to t star for which two or more left derivations exist, or two or more derivation exist. For the final expression, for the final terminal, okay, for one terminal, okay, if we have two or more two different left derivations, or two, okay, two left derivations, and two left derivations are different to two right derivations, that one we will call it as a uh, ambiguous grammar. Okay, so that one we will call it as a ambiguous grammar. Okay, so this ambiguous grammar, that grammar has two or more meanings or interpretations. The ambiguous grammar has two or more meanings or interpretations. Okay, so that ambiguous grammar can also be defined as the one which has two or more different parse tree. Okay, the ambiguous grammar can also be defined as the one which has two or more different parse tree for the string w derived from the start symbol. Okay, so that ambiguous grammar can also be defined as one which has two or more different parse tree for the string w. For the final string, if you are getting two or more parse tree, okay, so for final string, if you are getting two or more parse tree, that string w is derived from start symbol. Okay, so it means that ambiguous grammar is nothing but for the same string, if you are getting two or more different parse trees, then we will call it as a that grammar will be an ambiguous grammar. Take an example. Okay, so consider the following grammar from which an arithmetic expression can be obtained. That is, e tends to e plus e. So this grammar they have given. From that, uh, for the arithmetic expression, if you are getting two different parse tree, then that one will be got grammar. In exams, they will ask, they will give the grammar productions and show whether the given grammar is ambiguous or not. So you need to try to develop a two different parse trees for the same string. If you are getting that one, then that grammar will be a parse tree. Okay, so here the sentence id plus id star id can be obtained from the left derivation in two ways. Okay, so for this id plus id star id, so we can derive by the given grammar using left derivations. We will using two left derivation, we will get a same string id plus id star id. Okay, so here, so here we have e tends to e plus e. Okay, so we have e tends to e plus e. Okay, so then left derivation means start from left side only. So e tends to e plus e, id plus e. Okay, so e replaced with id, then this e will be replaced with e star e. Okay, so this e will be replaced with e star e. Okay, so then this e will be replaced by id, and this e will be replaced by id. Okay, so this will be replaced by id. I will get id plus id star id. So this is one left derivation. For the same string, I will using those same productions, I will get another left derivation. Okay, so here I will start, here I have started plus e. Now I have started e star e. From anyhow I have production e tends to e star e. So then left derivation, so then here this one will be replaced, e will be replaced with e plus e. Okay, e will be replaced with e plus e. Okay, so then I have changed this e will be e with the id, and this e will be replaced with id, and this e will be replaced with id. I will get id plus id star id. So I have got two left derivation. When I represent these things in the form of parse tree, same thing. Okay, I am getting two different parse trees. So here this is e. So e will be e plus e. So e plus e. So then after that, this e will be replaced by id, and this e will be extended e star e. So I have done e star e. Then this e will be replaced by id, and this e will be replaced by id. I will get id plus id star id. I got one parse tree. So like that here also, for e tends to e star e. Okay, so e tends to e star e. Okay, then after that, this e will be replaced. Okay, then this e will be extended e plus e, this e will be left side will be extended e plus e. Okay, done. So then after that, what I am do, this e will be replaced with id, this e will be replaced with id plus, and this e will be replaced by id, and this e will be replaced with id. Okay, I got id plus id star id. Okay, so here, since the two parse trees are different from the same sentence, okay, two different parse tree I am getting same sentence, id plus id star id, by applying left derivation, the grammar is ambiguous. Okay, so for the same sentence, if you are getting two different parse trees, then that one we will call it as a grammar is ambiguous. Okay, so in exams they will give the sentence, or they will give the productions and sentence. So for that, if you are getting a two left derivations or a right derivations, the for two different parse trees you are getting, it means that one will be a ambiguous grammar. Just see here, is the following grammar is ambiguous or not? They have given this grammar, s tends to I, c, t, s. Okay, so the I is nothing but if, t is nothing but a then, e is nothing but a else. Okay, so I, c, t, s, or I, c, t, s, e, s, or a, and c tends to b. They have given. Okay, so from that, if you are getting a for the same sentence, if you are getting a same parse, different parse trees for the same for the same sentence, if you are getting two different parse trees, then we will call it as a ambiguous grammar. See here, for first one I am taking, so everything that is parse tree should start from start symbol or a derivation. So here I am taking yes. Okay, so then I will take this first production. S tends to I, C, T, S. I is nothing but if, uh, T is nothing but a then. Okay, so then C and S are nothing but a variables. Okay, are a non-terminals. Okay, so here I am taking S tends to ICTS. Then I will replace this S with this production. Okay, first mean I am taking S tends to I capital C small t S. Okay, ICTS I have got. Now this C will be replaced. I anyhow I have production, C tends to B. Okay, so anyhow I have production, C tends to B. Okay, so here, so this C will be replaced with B. Okay, so now I got IBT and S is there. So this S will be replaced with S tends to I, this IT ICTSES is there. Na? So I am replacing this one ITSES. So this production I have replaced. So then what I will do? So anyhow, the next step, this C variable is there. Na? So that one will be replaced with terminal B. Okay, I have replaced. Then T is same thing. Then here we have a S. Okay, so then this S tends to A is there. I am replaced with A. So else part, that is E, will be like that one. So then here we have a S last one. This last S will be tends to A. Okay, so finally I got, when I replace this way, I will get IBITBTA. Okay, so here when I represent that one is the form of parse tree. Okay, yes, is production is ICTS. Okay, so here ICTS done. Okay, so then after the second step, what I have done, I have replaced this C with B. I have replaced with C with B. Okay, so then after that, this S come to S. So S tends to this. I have made it ICTSES. Okay, so ICTSES. After that, what I have made, then I have replaced with C with B, okay, and S with A and S with A. I have replaced that one. When I combine the leaves of the tree, I will get an yield of the tree. So that is nothing but a string IBTIBTAEA. So this one I got. So this is one parse tree. Okay. So now what I am doing. So here first thing what I have done, I have taken I tends to ICTS. Now I am taking S tends to ICTSES. Okay. So now I am getting IS tends to ICTSES. Okay. I have got S tends to ICTSES. I am taking that one. Okay. S tends to ICTSES. Okay. So now I have replaced this C with B. So terminal. Okay. When C tends to B is there, I will replace C with B. Okay. So then, so SES there. Na? So here for yes, I will replace with ICTS. Okay. So I am replacing this S with ICTSE. Okay. ITCSE. Yes, this ES is there. So then after that, I will replace C with B. Okay. I have replaced with C with B. So then here I have for S, I am replacing with S tends to A is there. I am replacing S tends to A. And for this one also, I am replacing S with A. So I am getting when I replace this IB, IT, IB, TA, EA, I am getting. Okay. So here when I represent that one in parse tree, so same thing. So here S tends to ICTSES. So here ICTSES. Okay, ICTSES. I have the for first productions. I have represent that one as the S is the root and the rest are the leaves. So then after that, what I did, I replace C with B production. C tends to B. I am replacing it with C tends to B production. Okay, like that here S is there. Now for S, I am using this production. S tends to ICTS. S tends to ICTS. Okay. So then after that, what I am doing? So I am replacing that S with A, and here also C with B and S with A. So when I combine the leaves of the tree, I will get IBIBTAA. Okay. So IBIBTAA. Sorry, AEA. Okay. So E is here. Na? So IBITBTAEA. So I am getting for the same string I am getting with different combinations of productions. I will get two different parse tree for the same left derivation. Okay. So here for the same string I am getting two left derivations and two parse trees. So that means since there are two different parse trees for the same string IBTIBTAEA, by applying the leftmost derivation, the given grammar is ambiguous. Okay, so that ambiguous is nothing but in exams they will give the productions and check whether the given grammar is ambiguous or not. Okay, so when you are getting the for the same string output string, if you are getting two different parse trees, then that one will call it as a ambiguous grammar. Surely they will ask one question. They will give this productions grammar, then you need to check whether the given grammar is ambiguous or not. So here by combination of the productions, okay, so you need to identify whether given grammar is ambiguous or not. Okay, so this is very important. Okay, so today we have discussed about the what do you mean by parse tree and what are the parse tree examples. We have taken the left derivation and we have given the example and yield of the tree we have. Then after that we have discussed what do you mean by ambiguous grammar and examples of ambiguous grammar. These things we have discussed. For exam point of view, this whether they will give the question whether given the grammar is ambiguous or not. Okay, so that one you need